This tree provided some great shade last night for me to lay and recover, which I definitely needed to do. I was in that tent a lot of hours. I didn't sleep very much. I didn't sleep very well, but I just laid there, just recovered. It was a good night. Really warm, warmest night for sure so far, which was nice, made the night comfortable, but probably, yesterday was so warm, and I'm sure today's going to be so warm, so the nights are going to be a little warmer. Not sure if I prefer the colder nights or the warmer days. All right, a couple miles to water, down to this beautiful canyon. I didn't talk a lot about it yesterday. I think because I was just trying to survive, but the heat. But this canyon really is gorgeous. It's been nice down here. It was super quiet. I've heard that people like to kind of tear up and down this road, and maybe there's some strange people back here, and maybe people have heard guns firing at night and kind of freaked them out and stuff like that, but I didn't see a soul. Of course, it's also, not sure. It's either a Wednesday, it's either a Thursday or a Friday. So you might not expect to have heard people last night. Okay, 20 miles into town. See you in a bit. I must have chosen the perfect location last night because it was so nice and warm. I am very slowly climbing an elevation this morning, very slowly. I mean, I bet I haven't gone 100 feet, and it is cold. It's probably dropped, maybe 20 degrees. So, just trucking along, trying to keep myself warm. Nice problem to have. Even though this canyon's not too deep, those walls will be just enough to give me, maybe another 30 minutes of shade before the sun kicks in, I'm hoping. Okay, this is my first water source. Apparently there's some stagnant water in these tanks, but if I flip the breaker on this pole here, then nice clear water will come out somewhere. So to figure that out, but I'm gonna have to do it quick because it is really cold. So I do not want to stop moving for long. Okay, I just flipped that breaker that says well. Now I just have to wait for the water. I don't know if it's gonna come out like pipe here, pipe over here. Aha! That's pretty weird. Okay, time to get water. Okay, got what I needed over there. Got what I need right here. Time to flip off my breaker here. All right, filter this up and get moving. Whew! Am I cold after standing still for those 10 minutes and having my hands in that cold water bag. Wow. You can see the sun's chasing me back there. It's coming up fast. Before you know it, I'll be sweating. I'm about to touch sunlight this morning. for the first time. Ah! I'm nearing the end of Bonita Canyon. This alternate is called Bonita Zuni Alternate because you walk through the Bonita Canyon and the Zuni Canyon. So Bonita Canyon is now behind me. Bonita means beautiful in Spanish. So this canyon was definitely muy bonita. And now I'll hike a couple of miles up here. I've been going sort of northwest, and then I will cut off here and start going more kind of east northeast. So, just make almost a 90-degree angle, and heading pretty much straight toward Grants. And then once I make that corner, I don't know how long, but I will get into Zuni Canyon. I'm at 7,713 feet and going down. That's the highest point of this alternate. And I'll be going down, I'm not sure, a few hundred feet into town. It's a big lava flow. First one I've seen since I've been on the Bonita Zuni alternate trail here. And I am beginning to turn east into Zuni Canyon, as you can see it start to form here. And what will be directly into the sun. That's magnificent over there. The rest of the way into town will be through Zuni Canyon on a paved highway walk. Without wide shoulders, it looks like. I do the best I can. The sun's already in full force at 9 o'clock. I really need to put my sun umbrella up, but should be some water up here somewhere. It's not marked on the map really, but there are comments that there's at least one, if not two, water tanks in 3/4 of a mile or something like that. And that's where I'll have to get my last water to get me the last 11 miles into Grants. And when I stop for that, I'll go ahead and switch out the hat for the umbrella. That will make this a little more bearable. Ah, this looks like the water I'm looking for. Alright, find a shady spot to change things out and fill up. Be on my way. 11 miles to town. First bed in Well, 2 days shy of 3 weeks. Laying in a bed, that will be nice. What a luxury. A bed and running water. Strike one. Oh, that'll actually be great. I know it looks kind of greenish, but that's the bottom. The water looks totally clear. So I'm going to go with that. It'll be a lot easier than trying to crawl into that thing if there's any water. I'll take the hit. Very nice, clear water. So it's great. I filtered 2 liters out already. Nice and easy. Not too much stuff in it to filter out. That's great. And 2 liters to put on top for later. Maybe more than I need, but I've got 11 miles into town, which should be like 2 liters. But the way the heat's been and the way I've been handling it lately, I just feel like I better be safe than sorry. So I'll probably get into town with a liter and a half of water, but it's better than dying out here. I'm about 6.5 miles from town. Cool formations around here. This road walk's not been too bad so far, but it's really heating up. And the shoulders are getting a lot more narrow around some of these blind corners. Kind of stressing me out. 6.5 miles though. I can make it. All right. Got 5.5 miles to go. And the shoulder's starting to get really narrow. And it's really hot. And some guys came by and I stuck my thumb out and they put me right on up. So I'll be in town in a few minutes and come back on and talk to you about this, but I think the hike's over this year. I really did not expect that at all, even when I woke up this morning and I was hiking into town and I just realized I'm done. I did everything I wanted to do this year. It's time to get home. Yep. All right, I am back in Oklahoma. I'm about 15 minutes from home, and I'm really ready to get home. I had a good couple nights at the Super 8 in Grants. Thanks again to Seth and his buddies that stopped and picked me up. Brought me those last 5 miles into Grants so I didn't have to do those hairpin turns with no shoulders finishing my walk into town. Thanks to my sister who came and picked me up, kind of last minute notice since my plans changed and I decided to get off trail a week early. What a fantastic trip. What a fantastic hike. This was weird. It was a little bit like my experience at Christmas. I had plans to go a little bit further. I'd even spent the whole night before planning out all the water locations and everything for, 2 days later when I walked out of Grants north on the CDT. But boy, when I was walking into town that day, all of a sudden, I just couldn't think of a reason why I needed to continue on the trail. There was no need anymore. I think the trail served its purpose this year for me. I feel reset. I feel tired. I feel like I was just getting into shape. But it was
it was time to be done. And so got some other things I need to do in my life to get ready for the next school year. We'll have to see what comes next. So thanks for following along with me. And yeah, I'm gonna reflect on this trip a little bit, see what it all means, and if I come up with any revelations, I will come back and post something additional. Bye, y'all.